Hello everyone, welcome back. We are starting this season off with a brand new anime. This anime is called Private Tutor to a Duke's Daughter. It is based off the light novel Private Tutor to a Duke's Daughter, starting magic lessons with a few modest tricks. That is the subtitle of the title of the light novel. Overall, this episode is pretty promising. Of course, there's typical strange tutor to student relationship kind of vibes, and some people find that to be annoying. But if that is something you're willing to put up with or even enjoy, this anime might be for you. We start off with our new main character, Alan. He has just failed the test to enter into the academy. As he's writing a note to someone on the train, we get this flashback of him and what seems to be the principal or head of the school that he was trying to attend. While this man introduces him to a job that may allow him to get back home because he was sending too much money home to his family. He could not afford a train ride back, so he invites this man to go be a tutor to the Duke's daughter. Hey, that's the name of the show. Look at that. We are then shown him once again on the train, getting off now, introduced to Duke Howard's head butler, Graham, and behind him, the maid in training, Ellie, or at least so we're told at this point. And Graham basically says that there's not enough room for all three of them in this car. So we have trains, we have cars, we have magic, all in this universe already. It's kind of a weird setup, but a lot of these tutor kinds of animes go this direction. Not really sure if it's a stylistic choice or a genre choice, but it's pretty common. Obviously, Ellie here has to sit in Alan's lap, and she seems kind of flustered by the idea. And Alan even shows off some magic. He cools off the car or warms it up because it's snowing and it's cold, and Ellie was uncomfortable. Then he picks her up to get her out of the car and sets her down. Oh my gosh, I love this, like the little derpy face, just like plopping down, T-posing. So cute. I love it. And then he basically breaks the news. It's all like, I know you're actually the noble daughter that I'm supposed to be teaching. And she's like, how did you figure that out? I thought I was doing so good at hiding my identity. You were not. You have this whole ribbon in the back of your head and it has gold thread in it. Apparently in this world, gold is just as rare as you would imagine it being. That immediately gave her away. Also, silver hair in a white domain typically belongs to like special characters, so I kind of had a feeling already. Then we are introduced to the actual maid, Ellie, and she's a klutz. It's already a thing. And while fake maid Ellie, which was actually the Duke's daughter, has already caught feelings because like she sat in his lap and he warmed her up, this maid is now going to catch feelings because she fell. And instead of letting her fall, Alan caught her. I guess that's enough to make her like him now. And Graham gets upset about this, saying, oh, you really live up to what the professor says about you. And he's like, what did they say about me? I don't know what you're talking about. And Ellie's over here freaking out. And Graham's all like, did you have a natural way with young ladies? It's like, okay, Rudius Gray Rat over here. He seems to be unintentionally doing this, though. I'm not sure if he's going to welcome any advances. I'm very much hopeful that he draws a line there. Besides, I think he probably has feelings for someone else, or at least someone else has feelings for him, and I doubt that she will let him get away with flirting with such young girls so easily. We are then introduced to the Duke himself. The Duke's daughter is the one we're going to be tutoring, so of course we need to know the Duke. And he's actually convinced that we should get his daughter to quit on trying to become a member of the academy. He seems to be almost giving up his role as the Duke in some ways, where he says he has two daughters, and his youngest, Tina, we now know her name, has no affinity for magic. Despite having mana, she can't cast so much as an elementary spell. And of course, Alan, being the good guy that he is not convinced that he should stop her. Says something along the lines of, if what she wants to do is join the academy, then I think she should join the academy. We then see a side-by-side shot of Ellie and Tina. And let me just say, like, the same exact height almost. I think Tina might be a little bit taller, might be, but it's quite clear that these two are very close to each other. You can kind of get that vibe when like girls are staying next to each other, just like how close they are. It's also possible that Tina looks taller in this because she's actually in front of Ellie. Yeah, so she's actually in front of Ellie, so that might be where she looks taller. Maybe she's actually shorter, I'm not sure. I think it would fit the character designs better if Tina was shorter, but again, I don't have a good frame of reference to actually know. And then of course Alan makes a joke about whether or not Ellie was comfortable in the car ride, and Ellie's like, what are we talking about? What? I wasn't in the car. And Tina is over here blushing, just super adorable. You guys got to see that. Super adorable. And Ellie's like, what? What? What are you doing? What do you mean? I wasn't in the car. And the professor's familiar, so we learn that familiars are a thing through this, shows up basically somehow to explain what's going to happen and maybe talk with the Duke himself. But of course the two girls see that this is a cat and are now absolutely obsessed with trying to pet it. Of course, Ellie losing all sense of formality because she's a young girl. Even if she is supposed to be a maid, she has young girl tendencies, which includes freaking out about cats. Then we have to clarify this because Alan is a good guy. We have to know that she actually wants to go to the Royal Academy, which she convinces him that she does, and it's not out of a sense of duty, which is basically everything that Alan wanted to know. Then Ellie falls down again, and Tina freaks out, basically saying, get away from Ellie because what you're doing is indecent. Ellie doesn't seem too brokenhearted about him being close, more about the fact that Tina is yelling generally at her direction, but Alan still backs off after catching her and saving a candelabra, by the way, so he has magic, like doing stuff on the side while he's catching her. Then we have a breakdown of the magic system in this world. It's a typical 7-element system with like fire, earth, water, darkness, light, shadow, you know, typical 7 elements. And we figure out Ellie could go to this college with honors, so Ellie, we have nothing to worry about. She's gonna be great. Tina may not be so great because she can't use a single spell yet, and she actually demonstrates trying to use a spell and she gets her mana flowing, so it's not a mana flow problem. At least we don't think it is. But when the spell is about to be cast, it separates into 3 and it breaks. If I had to assume something, it's either her not believing in herself or a problem of focusing too much or getting distracted. And that's kind of the vibes I get. But once she powers through that, I have a pretty good feeling that she'll be really good at magic considering she's the Duke's daughter. And of course, we get a hint at who Alan has been sending all these letters to, and it is the girl he tutored before this, which seems to be closer to his age, who is a part of, I believe, the Southern Kingdom. She's a master of fire kinds of magic, and apparently likes to fling giant flame spells at him from time to time just to keep him on his toes, even as a greeting. What do you guys think? This is episode 1 of Private Tutor to a Duke's Daughter. Honestly, this anime could go in several different ways, and I'm looking forward to seeing if it continues to be as good as it was this first episode. It's a typical 23-minute long first episode, so we're not getting a re-zero where it's 53 minutes or an hour and 10 minutes for the first episode. Typical 23-minute series. Very intriguing. It seems like it's going to set up a lot of pseudo harem kind of thing where it's a whole bunch of girls are interested in him, but he's not going to make a move on any of them. But also, I'm kind of hoping it's going to be more of an innocent kind of harem to where like they don't make moves on him necessarily, just kind of get upset that they aren't being shown the attention that they want, which always makes the show more adorable in my opinion. Once you actually start making moves, it turns into, you know, a traditional romance anime, and then you have to have one that wins or else it becomes a whole thing for me personally. But Some people enjoy that kind of stuff. Go ahead and leave your thoughts in the comments. I will see you guys in the next video, and until next time, you guys have a blessed day. Yo, you made it to the end of the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, seriously. I'm very close to making it partner here on YouTube, and I'd like to start making money on my content. So if you could help me out in any way, that would be awesome. I sincerely appreciate everything you guys have given me so far, but we are so close to making it to the next milestone. So thank you for all that you've done and continue to do for my channel. I will do my best to keep uploading for you guys, if you guys continue to help me out. Until next time, have a blessed day.